Have you ever heard of counterdependency? You mean codependency? No. Oh, you talking independence. INDEPENDENC. Do you know what that one? That's the one? No. Counterdependency. Let's talk about it. Hey you, thank you for taking the time to sit with me. My name is Brittany and I'm a psychotherapist in the beautiful Sunshine State of Florida. So today I want to talk to you about a term that not many people are aware of, but one that we use frequently in my world of therapy as it relates to relationships. Counterdependency. So I'm going to tell you what it is, what it looks like, where it comes from, and if you stick around to the end of this video, I will give you one way you can start to have more secure relationships. So let's start. Let's start with some terms you've heard before, such as codependent and independent. Independent, pretty straightforward, means not depending on another for livelihood or basic care. Next is codependency. According to the American Psychological Association, it defines codependency in part as a state of being mutually reliant in a dysfunctional relationship pattern in which an individual is psychologically dependent on or controlled by a person who has a pathological condition. Sometimes it's alcohol, gambling. Codependence in the world of psychology refers to an unhealthy relationship between a person who assumes the responsibility of another person, in most cases a family member, romantic partner, or friend, usually with an addiction. But enough about that. What in the world is counterdependence? Counterdependency is the refusal to need anyone or rely on anyone. At the core, it's the inability to trust people and a fear of intimacy. This person goes through great lengths to avoid receiving help from others. I'm not gonna lie, when I first read about this, I was like, oh my God, this is me. But wait, before you start thinking like that, let's dial back a bit and do some healthy comparisons. So you may be wondering, what is the difference between an independent person and a counterdependent person? A counterdependent person believes that being vulnerable is a weakness. Being emotionally needy is embarrassing, and they have an expectation that people will let you down. So they push people away. They shy away from making real connections with people on a deeper level. They rarely ask for help and are super critical of themselves and have a need to be right all the time. We as individuals should have what's called a healthy sense of autonomy, freedom, self-determination. Basically, you can make your own decisions, but you're also aware that you can still depend on others, which is a term known as interdependency, but don't worry about that right now. An independent person feels secure with depending on people when necessary and does not feel like a sense of control was lost. The counterdependent person will not ask for help because they don't trust it's safe to do so. Because they never allow real connections to form, they often feel lonely and empty inside. They have a false sense of confidence as not to showcase any neediness. Deep down, they do want to connect but feel ashamed for wanting to, which leads me to my next part. How do you end up this way? It all starts in your childhood. Children need love, support, attention, compassion. So if you grew up in a household where your parents or caregiver failed to provide these things, sometimes due to a parent leaving, a parent dying, or other reasons, it forces you to develop an avoidant attachment style. Avoidant attachment is a result of parents frequently being unresponsive to a child's emotional needs. So this looks like ignoring or minimizing a child's feelings, avoiding affection behaviors such as hugs, saying I love you, comforting you when you're hurt. The child learns to suppress their emotions and not act on them because they have been conditioned to believe that no one is available or responsive to them. Now, before we start blaming our parents, let's be a little sensitive to the fact that perhaps they didn't know this was damaging and meant well, and they just didn't know how to meet your emotional needs because they too were possibly emotionally neglected as well. So now, what can you do about it? Well, as promised, since you've made it this far, I have one thing that I'm going to share with you that you can start doing now to improve your relationships. One thing that I recommend for a counter dependent person is to start connecting with your feelings. Yes, your feelings. Stop hiding your feelings. And I don't mean stop hiding them from others, I mean from yourself. If today you felt lonely, you don't need to hide behind a mask that tells people, I don't need anyone. Because really, you feel lonely and could use a friend to talk to or spend time with. And it's completely normal to want that. Treat your emotions like a message from your heart that's trying to tell your mind something is happening. Listen to it. Identify the feeling. Is it hurt? Do you feel rejected? Are you frustrated? Are you disappointed? Sit with that feeling and analyze where is it coming from. Try not to be judgmental with your feelings. Emphasis on non-judgmental. So many times we worry about how we make others feel and we don't pay attention to how we make ourselves feel by being super critical. This is a great starting point to begin working on yourself, but you don't have to do the work on your own. Find a therapist that you feel comfortable with and that has experience with people that have anxiety about being in intimate and close relationships. If you found this video helpful, please let me know in the comments below and I will continue to make more content similar to this. If you know someone that needs to hear this video, share it and let's create the awareness. I run a fully online private practice counseling women with anxiety from feeling disconnected in their current relationships and struggle with being intimate and expressing their emotions. I help women who want to learn how to have secure connections and find their true identity. My website is linked below. Check it out. If you're in the state of Florida or know of someone that would benefit from my services, please send them my way. Thank you. Bye-bye.